Alright, dude, rest up, sir. See you in the morning. I'll be prepared if it does. It won't catch me. Good night, sir. Pause. Mm, YouTube. Ew, hip, hip, ew, hip, 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 ew, hip, hip, hip. What the fuck is going on? Love it out here. What the fuck is going on, y'all? Where we at? We're in this motherfucker already. What a beautiful day. Chew, chew, bless me. Whew. King of the motherfucking sevens in the building. You gonna be leaving out Thursday night. Nopper, what's happening? Hey, we getting it in this weekend, folks. You think I'm bullshitting? Oh, just you watch. Oh, just you watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Feel good. Brody feel real good, actually. Give me a small bite like that, I guess. Hit that like button. I don't know how this bastard made it another 365. Well, it looks like I'm about to make it. Shout out to Callie because I believe Callie's coming to the party. It at least seems like a highly likely scenario. Mm. What up, Maya? Thank you very much, Robert. As I spend my last 4 minutes at the age of 38. 38 fucking years. Right on, Marcus. This is the first birthday I really had to like look back at last year. Like, bro, like I don't even know how I'm here. I don't even know how I'm talking to y'all. Like, none of this shit even seemed likely 11 months ago, 12 months ago. Now, it's just crazy. Nigga, pretty much. I want this, even when you don't deserve it, face ass. Shout out to 313. Mom hit me up. Shit. You leave, you gonna Marcus, why the fuck would we send for you on a plan that would get you here after all the festivities? You gonna be here Friday morning. You'll leave Thursday night, you'll be here Friday morning. This nigga act like he gotta jump to a top for it. Right on gunplay. Shout out to gunplay and 313. Both of them motherfuckers hit me at about noon or about noon. About midnight Eastern Standard Time. It's coming up. Ain't nothing to worry about. We got time. It feel like we don't. We do. We got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. I appreciate the love, gunplay. I was on the motherfucking couch sleep. Football. Football was watching. What the fuck was she watching? She was watching something. Chopped or some shit. I don't fucking know. Her spoiled ass. She runs shit over here. I ain't bring her to Oklahoma no more. She runs shit out here. Hey, take this like waiting for your boy's birthday. This is the last minute. I guess we can call it official here momentarily. Huh? It's official. Nigga, I made it to see 39 years old, man. It was touch and go. Remember, that ain't gonna happen last year. All that shit, like nigga, like Marcus said, now we just keep applying pressure. That's where they fucked up. And first place we start with all the pressure is uh, with every bitch that comes to the party. If anybody ain't figured out I'm playing yet, you shouldn't be coming anyway. All donations, like I said, every donation is going towards funding of the party, funding getting people here, and all that shit. Maya, if you DM me, I ain't checked it yet, but I'm gonna be on the shit once I get off of here. Right on Lunchbox. Shout out to the boy Lunchbox. It was touch and go lunch. I ain't know if I was gonna make it, bro. I got kind of confident maybe about March. About March, April, I was like, it's like, yeah, I think I might make it. Um, just side note for my birthday. James Harden is fucking trash. Carry on. They cheated like a motherfucker from Brooklyn. I was laughing. I was like, bro, that's the only way they got this shit was to cheat. They had to cheat. But then, along with the cheating, Milwaukee helped them. Last year, enjoyed them 30s to join. Then you join my 40 club. Man, only bitches care about shit like that, man. Grown ass men do not care about that. First of all, the average man don't start hitting that motherfucking when they start caking out anyway until they late 30s, early 40s. Anyway, y'all the ones that lose all y'all value at 41, 42. Not to me. I like cougar pussy. some good old Cobra muff. Wow, that cougar pussy. I'm just like, cause normally like I like to celebrate my birthday. I do, right? But I ain't really celebrated in a few years. Number one. Number two, the celebration of it is just like it's just a reason to have a day. You know what I mean? It was never like, I mean, obviously you're always glad to make it another year, but it was never like anywhere throughout the year I felt like that was in question. Outside, your normal shit where it's like, oh my god, I thought it was, car crashes and shit like that. But when you really look, it's like, man, my life really wasn't in danger like that. I wasn't ducking and dodging the law. This time around, it's crazy. And there's so much shit that's left. We still got this Big Brother shit. There's no way I did all what I did in the last 365. Because it was like I was saying earlier, where it's like, bro, once they call me, I've already won year 39. So all the work I put in year 38 for the point to the point where literally a phone call within the first week, I won the whole year. I don't have to. I don't even have to fucking win the game. I won the year. Winning the game is just some different shit. Happy birthday to Tupac Shakur. Bro, I got it from here. I promise. We going crazy this week. Food, drink. We doing it up. We doing it up. Marcus, I bet not catch your ass eating shit off the adult spread. Your shit will be marked appropriately with Marcus on it. I hope they got spam down here. Get your ass a can of spam. Hook this nigga the fuck up. Steak and lobsters for my hoes that I miss. Chicken finger french fries for them hoes that want to diss. Like, I don't know how Milwaukee lost this game outside of a couple of things that I saw them doing stupid, and the officials like, y'all want to play this stupid? We gonna cheat. Hey, I've heard crazier theories that I found to even be true. You know what I'm saying? I done found crazier theories that ended up being true. No place I'd rather be, Brigade 39, with these crazy motherfuckers right here on this stream. These fuckers are nuts. We did it. We made it. I got 1 year left. By the time I get 40, I gotta be one of them greats. I'm already under 12 months. That a bitch. See, grand closing. I mean, you celebrating and it turned to a grand closing that quick. All right, just give me some head this week. I won the week. You gotta take baby steps. You gotta start. You gotta start off with the baby steps. You know what I'm saying? Crawl before you walk. 40 don't scare me though. 30 didn't scare me. I remember when I was turning 30. I remember just being utterly surprised to learn that shit about girls was like for real. Because you always take stereotypes with a grain of salt. I mean, you know they tend to be based in some realm of truth. But the amount of bitches that I knew that were like turning 30 that was like fucking like flipping out. And then like damn near depressed on your birthday because you turning 33. Like, I that shit's a bro, 39 ain't old. Like, why the fuck everybody treat it like we still in the times where motherfuckers is dying at 36? I ain't saying you still should be acting like you in your 20s and those shit, but 40, I'd be like, yo, you nigga, dial it back. Maybe if you get to like 50. Because 50 guys more siblings is half of 100. And, you know, everybody wants to get to that goal of living to 100 and shit like that for the most part. Hitting 50 more indicates that and shit like that. 40, I just be like, bro, why are you freaking out? Because unless you got some type of real serious health problem or no shit like that, you shouldn't be totally declining yet. Yeah, like at 40, like, yeah, you can't go hoop and shit as hard as you used to and think you going to work and all this. Yeah, but that type of change is gradual. Anyway, at 40, man, you're not lazy and shit like that. That's because you a girl, Maya. That's because you a girl, Maya. And I remember it, Maya. You freak out like how all girls freak out. Don't call me Miss. Oh, I'm turning 40. Y'all all get on that shit, bro. Because that's why she ain't never want to be Miss Maya or Miss Price. Cause that mortality. Don't talk my shit. Nigga, it's my day. You thought I wasn't talking no shit, nigga, about giving me no head? Nigga, you thought wrong. And Tiffany had to shave her fucking head to look even uglier than she already did. Oh, and I'm gonna drop another bombshell. Tiffany Haddish ain't funny. You being a ratchet black bitch is not a comedy stick. Maybe it's just me, but I'm telling you, like, that's not a comedy stick. Our town, man, she's funny if you want somebody to be a ratchet black bitch. She play anything else? When you got one dimensional comedy and your one dimension is black exploitation, I can't sit here and be like, great actor. I'm not gonna let white people hear me say that shit is great acting. You're not gonna hear me to, and that's the shit I be talking about. Where it's like motherfuckers that talk about the shit you say in front of white people, or whatever. You ain't gonna catch me saying no shit like Tiffany Haddish is a hilarious in front of white people when her only shtick is black exploitation. Her whole shtick is I'm the loudmouth ratchet bitch. I beat your motherfucking ass and I fuck your man. This motherfucking pussy stay wet. I believe when I see it. And I guarantee that track star, if she's doing a bitch about a track star movie, I guarantee there's an element of ratchet to that bitch. Even if she tries to play some in-depth role, I guarantee there's a level of ratchet to that bitch. Would you want Tiffany Haddish playing your daughter in a movie about like your daughter doing some great shit? Be honest, because you know what she gonna be on. That's a hard no, my guy. You feel me? That's a hard no. And you know who helped me like open my eyes to that type of shit for real? Abba and Preach did. Cause I never looked at it like that before, but it do be like that. Where it's like a lot of these motherfucking comedians, they should be like he was talking about King Batch, and it was like anytime you saw King Batch did some shit, you knew it was black exploitation. You knew it. You knew it was some shit like he was. I mean, the most shit was like, well, like it'd be him and his white friend. His white friend be like, I did this. I was playing catch with my dad, and he was like, I was playing catch with my dad too. Threw the ball, and it was over in an empty spot because obviously niggas don't take care of their kids. Like, I'm not trying to do crossover fucking comedy like that. And I'm okay with stereotypical comedy. Y'all know, bro. RNS is just a play on that shit. But I also use WPS as well to balance it out. So it ain't just like we preying on one set of stereotypes and not preying on the other stereotypes. But it's like some of these black content creators, their whole stick is all the time just playing on black tropes. So I mean, and I have something built in literally against it. When it's white trope time, WPS. When it's black trope time, RNS. And then everybody knows going in. Remember when Kevin Hart began acting the roles he was cast for? Kevin Hart, like, okay, Kevin Hart is a great example for this person. I love Kevin Hart, right? But there's two different types of Kevin Hart. There's black people Kevin Hart. There's white people Kevin Hart. Black people Kevin Hart is the stand-ups where he's really going in. He's hitting all of the right things, relationship shits, all this shit. Then he does the white Kevin Hart. What's the white Kevin Hart? Over the top slapstick. Over the top slapstick. Kevin Hart really ain't gonna do nothing too funny. He's gonna it's gonna be over the top. It's gonna be over the top like slapstick, him falling over something, getting blown into a wall, almost like cartoon like violence. I'm not playing. Go watch all the movies where it was like geared to the shit. Then he turned around and do some shit. All right, I'm gonna do this movie with Will Ferrell, where me, this black guy, even though it was like he was playing him to steal the money to teach him how to be like black for prison. It was like, but you still agreed to that shit, and you got to see the movie to understand that. Just for the commercials, what does it look like? Will Ferrell's going to prison and needs some black man to teach him how to be black so he can survive in jail. Why wouldn't you ask a white man for that? So those are the like baby ones that I think are the more powerful parts of racism in our culture that we just let go. Is like, you know, and it's like what I say like about like with a lot of different politics shit where it's like, I don't. Here's why I be like, fuck y'all niggas, like the athletes. Oh, some real shit. Here's why, nigga, man, like, come on some real shit. I'm not trying to hear. Think about this shit. You'll be watching TV and you'll see a commercial or you'll see these motherfuckers before a game or you'll see them on Twitter. You'll see a collection of 10 people say something that have a combined wealth of like $3 billion. You'll see Steph, LeBron, like all these big motherfuckers, they all sit around and be like, if if there was only if we could only figure out something to do and we gotta stop all this. It's like if your niggas really cared, your niggas would take a minuscule amount of y'all wealth. Like the 400 niggas in the NBA could change so much law in America on their own. I saw the Eagles do it. Maya, you from Philly? Did the Eagles not get into the community and figure out how to get laws changed and shit in their community? How come LeBron and them can't figure it out? They all hang out and shit all the time. We see it all the time. They can't figure out how to get some money together and change some laws. And that's the shit we don't pay attention to. And I'm not saying that they all do it. They sit and do it like maliciously, where the players sit around and go, "Yeah, we're gonna act like we really want to help people." Nah, them niggas just don't know. Everybody assuming them niggas are smart, like about politics and all this other shit, because they get $250 million contracts. They don't get those contracts for being smart. They get them contracts for being basketball players, football players, and shit. And so that's why I just be like, when it comes to a lot of the tropes on shit, I just, you know, it's all about where's the balance. It's the same thing, like, because if I'm explaining this from a black perspective to black people about white people, the way I'm getting ready to explain it right now, everybody understands this as far as black people go, as far as I know, outside of just dummies. If you're watching a white person tell some jokes about black people, when is it going to start feeling uncomfortable? When the white person won't let black people go and never says anything about white people, just a bunch of black tropes. That's why I never liked Gary Owens. I'm like, okay, so we just gonna let Gary Owens come in and act like he grew up black because this is what this nigga gets to act like, and then whenever he feels like it, he gets to turn it off. He gets to be on Think Like a Man, and he's pretending to be the normal white guy that's got black friends that don't understand why all these black friends do all this black shit. He's the perfect husband. The one white guy in the crew, the one all white white, he's the perfect husband, and everybody should be trying to be like him in the movie. And oh, he's got life figured out. He can just hang out with his boys and just go home and not be talking to other bitches and fuck other bitches. All this just mega over the top simp shit. Why did the white guy get to have that role? Especially I'm like, if we gonna cast that white guy, cast the white guy. Why are we giving it to Gary Owen when his whole fucking life is being the white guy in the room that quote unquote understands black people? You know, he married to a black bitch and all this other goofy ass shit. Y'all don't want me to go there with it because I pick it apart for real. All right, gunplay. Stay safe, shit. But just on some real shit, it's like it's all about balance for me. I can deal with a white person, like John, for example. If John, whatever black joke John would say, it wouldn't bother me because I know he would say an equal joke about white people. That's where the balance is for me. No matter what the race is, if you a black dude, like if all of your jokes are against black people, and King Batch, the reason why his were so offensive in the grand scheme for me was he was doing these videos with white people. So it's not even just like we sitting in this little corner with black people, kind of poking at black people as black people. I'm doing crossover videos with fucking Anna and Christy and shit, just literally using these white bitches to make fun of black people and shit like that. Like, that's okay if I'm gonna do it the other way too. If I use these white girls to play some type of trope against black men, then I gotta be able to use these white girls to play a trope against white women. If we gonna play if we gonna play the all black guys want to fuck white girls trope, then we get to play the all white girls want to fuck black guys trope. Come here, MILF. That's why I don't fuck with Tiffany Haddish, bro. That's why I don't fuck with her. I'm like, do something else, bitch. Do something else once. Just do something else. Right on, Josh. What do you think of Juneteenth? I didn't even know Juneteenth was a real thing until last year. I just thought it was some shit people was saying and making up. Here's my thoughts pretty much on like anything that's considered a holiday. And this is gonna sound fucked up. because it ain't supposed. It's literally not supposed to be this way. The moment we make something a holiday, that understand that that is the moment that we have marked in America that we're done fucking with that. Outside of we're done fucking with that outside of using it for our advantage in like arguments and shit like that, and shouting people down and woke culture and shit like that. That's it. That's it. Juneteenth, marks, the emancipation and all of that shit. And it makes me think about a lot of black people now, which I real life noticed this watching Kevin Samuels. This is crazy. Because Kevin Samuels talks to dudes and chicks, he talks to white girls and black girls. But it's something that I've noticed with girls overall that be calling his show, the types that call his show. Motherfuckers become so comfortable to the point where you got like certain swath of black women that think that it's so hard to be right now in a world where why are you disrespecting your grandmother, your great grandmother? Why are you disrespecting all these bitches that went through real shit, real racism and shit like this? Like y'all motherfuckers, yeah, do y'all have to deal with racism? Yeah, man. Stop acting like y'all motherfuckers is out here on leashes, nigga. Y'all, y'all niggas is like y'all way more free than ever, and then understand that the people before us were way more proud in the sense of behavior. Ratchet wasn't even a thing. Who you point to in the 70s and like this swath of black people were ratchet? And the ratchet people and the ratchet people in the 80s, what made them ratchet? What made them act ratchet? Most of them motherfuckers were substance abuse people. So the ratchet people were what? What did we used to call ratchet people back in the day? The fucked up versions of black people. Crackheads. Because they were actually on crack. What's y'all excuse now? Now we walk around looking like crackheads just cause. We think it's cute to not have decorum. You talking about a nigga that cuss, say nigga and all these things all the time. But anybody that knows, anybody that know me knows, you don't ever have to worry about, man, when Anna and John, we go out, you think they worry about me dropping some shit? If anybody we worried about is John. John, the motherfucker's gonna drop the most inappropriate shit. But it's like they don't believe in time and place for shit no more. And like okay, like the bonnet debate. I'm like, understand the women of old are spitting in their grave that we're having a debate on whether or not we should leave bitches. This is why the people that are for the bonnet wearing, they have a problem with it. See, because they don't care what they look like when they go out, they expect you to not care as well. So when you care, it's a problem because they like, I don't care, so why the fuck you? No, understand we have societal standards. Whether you understand them or not, you know what they are for the most part when you get to a certain age. And everybody knows what you'll hop up and wear to the gas station, you ain't gonna necessarily hop up and wear when you going full grocery shopping. So Monique, okay, so the bonnet thing, Richard, was Monique came out and was like, bitches need to stop wearing bonnets out in public. Fix your fucking hair before you leave the house. And a whole bunch of bitches got mad at her because, obviously bitches want to fight for their right to look like fools. But I'm just like, but here's the thing with the bonnet. Ain't nobody saying ban the bonnet or no shit like that. Motherfuckers is trying to help you out when they letting you know what everybody understand. The bitches that wear bonnets, y'all help perpetuate that certain type of racism to those people, to certain people. And I'm not one of those people. I'm like, I'm gonna blame the victims of racism for racist behavior, but at the same time, I'm a fan of, in order for your voice to have the most power in any type of situation, you gotta have the cleanest hands. I'm not fighting for no rights for us to look like fools. Ain't no nigga ever sat here, bro. I've never heard a nigga say that bitch bonnet sexy than a motherfucker. I've never heard it. Bro, I've never heard it. I ain't never heard that. So that's why I just be like, and what I've grown to learn, especially with women, is I find it easy to openly diss those type of girls now. You know why? Because the girls that you would want to fuck with that don't do that shit, even if they publicly have them hoes back, behind closed doors they don't. Women will stick together publicly, but all girl alliances don't work. Right on, Nikki. I feel amazing. Matter of fact, let me go grab something from outside right quick while I'm thinking about it. Shout out to the whole late night crew. 39 in this bitch. Say less. Hey. Okay. What's wrong with Angela? there's like no humidity here. This shit's different. Like right now, I'm sitting outside. I couldn't sit outside like this and nap. I wouldn't like spending my birthday no other way than this. Chilling, watching the replay of the game. What's wrong with Angela? What up, Nikki? R Town. Shout out to the squad. Hit that like button for your boy. Angela, how the fuck I make it, man? Come on, man. I wasn't supposed to make this shit. I wasn't supposed to make it. So all my niggas that's drug dealing just to get by. Stack your money till it gets sky high. Dun, dun. Kids sing. We wasn't supposed to make it past 25. Jokes on you, we still alive. Throw your hands off in the sky and say, we don't care what people say. Motherfucker. Man, Kevin Durant gave these niggas the blues. Y'all keep telling me LeBron is better than this nigga. Okay. They needed LeBron to put up 40. This nigga put up 20. They needed KD to put up 40. This nigga put up a 50-point triple double. Can't let Jeff Green have 27. Angela, I made it, yo. I'm in Oklahoma, my fucking people. Oh man, KD fucked them up, Marcus. This motherfucker had like 50, he had like 50, 16, 12 assists. Hey man, like he pulled they panties down on Wild TV, bro. Giannis had on panties, bro. Hey man, who fucking with us this weekend, man? Who ain't already declared? Oh, it was their fault too. They had this game won, bro. And they couldn't stop taking bad shots, bro. Giannis cannot stop shooting threes, and I'm like, bro, do not shoot another three this series. Shout out to everybody wishing your boy happy birthday. Again, all donations for if anybody makes it. Obviously, I don't expect anything, but if anybody makes a donation for my birthday, is going towards. We have decided that donations right now are going towards getting people here and getting people housed. So we can just go ahead and get the biggest place, and then those that are like driving, they can they need gas. If you flying, you need help, whatever. People need rides and all of that shit. So we that's because that's what I want for my birthday. That's truly what I want for my birthday. So people that are like, well, I'm giving it to you as a gift. Well, that's what I want for my birthday. Is like I want as many squad members down here with me and the Osteens partying up. Anna went and got her hair done today. Like, man, we not bullshit. It's going down. Four time been warming up. I'm like, nah, you gotta go to bed because you can't be like tapping out weekend. You need to be turning up by the weekend. So like tonight, everybody they going to bed. Motherfuckers gotta go to work and shit in the morning. Like everybody. Milwaukee jacked this game off. Where Milwaukee also messed up, I'd have been doubling KD and made James Harden beat us. James Harden would have had to get the 50 point triple double on us tonight, not Kevin Durant. This shit's gonna be so fun this weekend. Trying to get everybody to come. Some people be on some wham wham. Yep, wham wham. Hey man, I'm flexing birthday immunity today. Anything I say about anybody, I get an automatic pass today. So if I say fuck you and your mama, I get a pass today. I get a pass today. Can't wait to see you, Maya. Can't wait to see Marcus goofy ass. Y'all niggas think that motherfucker don't talk like that for real. Y'all about to see for real. Y'all try, bro. He tried it on the IMLC video. He gonna try to say the shit as deep as possible. That nigga don't talk like that, bro. IMLC. Bro, he don't talk like that. Shut up, Bo. He don't talk like that. IMLC, cuz. That's really what he would have normally said. Like, that's why Bo Bark is like, nigga, you don't talk like that. I had to read that sentence all the way through, man. Yeah, this shit's crazy because, you know, y'all motherfuckers up there on the East Coast and people in the Midwest, y'all know, man, it be looking like this outside, but like you just be chilling and damn near fucking sweating because of the fucking humidity. You already know how it is. I was because when I came out this morning, when I did the sunrise this morning, for those that came through, when I did the sunrise, it was low key cold. They said it was 70, but I was like, 'cause I came outside with no shirt on because the back porch is like, you know, basically private or whatever. I came outside with no shirt on. I was like, fuck. I went had to go get a shirt on because it was cold. And then literally, it was the first time I ever felt temperature completely warm up, just based off the sun. Because normally when the sun goes down, the heat ain't went nowhere. You just still sweating as if the sun's beating. This shit right now, it's a nice gentle breeze. There's no warmth to the air at all outside of just like a normal film. Like I feel like I'm inside in air conditioning because it's not like too hot or cold. It feels like it's climate controlled at this point. And I don't even know what the actual temp is. But I could tell the difference in the air. The humidity down here. I heard it could get bad and humid in Texas, but I don't think. I think people down south don't understand what humidity is. Because I just don't ever feel the humidity down south like I do up north and out east. That humidity will have your ass taking 4 or 5 showers a day. Because don't get it twisted. When it be getting like 100 out here, bro, it be, motherfucker, it be hot. You know what I mean? It be hot. You gotta get up out of that sun. But it's like when you get in the shade really drops the shit like 20 degrees though. The shade don't be dropping it like that when it's humid. When it's humid, yeah, the shade do give you some relief, but not like that. Down here, the shade's like a true 20 to 25-degree drop off. Where you get in some shade and you feel some a breeze come through, you fine. Okay. But you can just get your ass down here and see for yourself. The shade is, see, I know exactly what mine's talking about. That's exactly what I mean. Where it's like the shade just literally helps your eyes as far as direct sunlight. As far as that temperature, it did nothing. It's almost like the sun ain't even what's causing the heat. It's like the sun ain't even what's causing the heat. Listening to Tupac all day today. Tupac and We Don't Care from Kanye. That's my birthday song I listen to several times in the day on my birthday. Because we were not supposed to make it past 25. The joke's on you, still alive. It's insane that, like, I was wondering if I'd be indoors on my birthday. And now I'm outdoors. Anyway. But it's literally just until, I go indoors. But I'm truly fucking blessed. I'm laying on the couch outside on Bubba's patio looking at TV, talking to y'all, reeking of loud. Niggas be hating when they should be proud. But I ain't even started doing shit yet. Man, it's about fucking lit. Lit. Ain't that what the kids say? Them motherfuckers are not Clorox. They're not getting up in Clorox in the basketball realm before games. You can miss me with that. You lying. I got food in there. I can go eat. Endless amount of drink. Reefer. Football in there. I didn't know if I was gonna have none of this. Somehow by my birthday, I ended up with all of it. Like I went in there to go grab something out of the car to see football. Tell me, "Happy birthday, Daddy! You 39 years young." Like, bro, I didn't think I'd be able to do that. That was some shit I figured I had to wait. Like, yeah, obviously I knew if I had a birthday, I'd talk to football on my birthday, but that meant something. You know what I mean? I don't even get to be around football as much as I've been her entire life. This last year was the most I've been away from her since she's been alive. She took it like a fucking G, yo. And to know that Bubba and Four Time, you know, like this is our first night staying with them. But still, like, for them to be here to be able to facilitate getting me and my family away from all the noise of Indianapolis and shit, to have a city to go to where I'm here for a week or two, and even though it's foreign land, I got my six is being watched while I'm here and shit like that. You know, the fact that they open their doors up to me is one thing. Now they don't open their doors up to my people. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother thing. You know, we sitting here planning for a party and all this shit. People get ready to come and shit, bro. And I'm like, man, I thought I was dying. That's the way I look at the shit. It's like, bro, I thought I was. I it don't matter in the grand scheme. I mean, obviously, I'm not dying, and I don't necessarily mean like I knew that I wasn't gonna make it out of here. It's more so like, bro, how could I have made it? Like when you really start racking up all the shit, how the fuck could I have made it? God made it so when I wake up on my birthday, I ain't gotta worry about shit. I gotta go do plasma. I'm gonna go do plasma, butt ass early, and that's it. Nigga just lay around today, and wait, lay around and wait for a phone call, which would be the greatest birthday gift of all time. Amazing 18 months. This has been the craziest 18 months ever. Not too many people can say they saw the amount of shit we saw in 365 days. Whether we were in Michigan, motherfucker, we forget that we were even at the fucking U.S. Canadian border. That's how much shit we did. You forget shit like, oh yeah, we were at the Canadian border. Sitting at the Canadian border, driving across country, DJing in Tampa, beefing in Tampa, fucking chilling in Oklahoma, chilling in Kansas, chilling in St. Louis multiple times. St. Louis is like a second home to me at this point. I get to motherfucking St. Louis. I get to motherfucking like I get totally from my crib to St. Louis and wherever I'm trying to go in St. Louis without even turning on the GPS. I know how to get to Oklahoma without turning on the GPS from Indianapolis. Like nothing. I literally get here. I don't need the motherfucking GPS to get to John's house because I done been here 3 times, bro. I had told this motherfucker for the longest I was coming, and I really was. Shit just didn't shake up, and now I done fuck around been here 3 times in 6 months. Like this is literally like there's no fucking way I would come anywhere near this state and not stop here. Like that would be the most disrespectful shit ever. It was just cool to give Anna bourbon made in my city. We're just like, bro, we really like friends like that shit now. Where it's like, I ain't never went and drove to like a distillery in my city because it went kind of, and it was like Angela kind of helped me think of that shit when Angela was asking me about like hometown foods and shit like that, like to possibly making shit in the house. That's what made me think where it was like, well, I know Anna likes like bourbon and shit, and these motherfuckers supposed to be legit, and they make it here. And the dude that owned the place is a combat veteran, so I'm like, this would just be cool to do. You know what I mean? I'm like, when the fuck would I ever have an opportunity to do some shit like this? You know, just like I know it's crazy for them when it's like people coming to their town or when or it happens to you when somebody comes to visit you and somebody like wants some shit that you are just so tired of and they love it like, bro, we don't even have this at home. Like, let's go here and you know, because I already know they be laughing at me thinking about certain shit. It's like, bro, them Del Taco tacos are the greatest shit in the world to me. But I was explaining shit to football. I was just like, That's the thing about how big our country and culture are. I'm like, all this shit. Like, it was one thing that John was talking about. Like, Anna was suggesting, like, maybe football want to do it, whatever. I'm like, oh, we saw that. Hell yeah. And then John's like talking about it, but then they had to stop and realize that they talking about it from a standpoint of they've done it a million times, so it ain't shit to them. We've never done it, which means we'll probably have to do it as many times as y'all did to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Because this is this big ass like theme park here, like right off the fucking highway, like in the city. Not like Kings Island Duck Dog. It's like in the fucking city. And it helps shit become even. It gives it a refreshing thing for you. So if it's somewhere that you don't eat all the time, if your people come, unless you're just a fucking dick, you're gonna go eat that shit and you'll be cool with it. And I'm lucky enough to be able to like experience all this shit. Like that's the biggest part of like the last year was like all the things I got to experience. Like it wasn't every experience wasn't a bad experience. I experienced a lot of great stuff, different food, different fucking people. Um, I mean, you name it, all the way down to going to the gas station and seeing one thing at this place, go to the exact same gas station in a different state. They don't have this. They got a bunch of this. Just all these different shits you see all over the fucking country, left and right. You see it left and right. Literally, you go to McDonald's. When I went to that McDonald's in motherfucking New Mexico, and it was like, get a green chili double cheeseburger. That like fucked me up. It's like you hit. I mean, cause everybody's seen like YouTube videos and seen shit on the web, Facebook posts and shit where it's like, this is what people have in other spots and blah blah blah. It's always different when you see it yourself, experience it yourself. I got to go to In and Out. I got to go to these different places, and I got to go to the Bellagio. I drove to the Bellagio, nigga. Nigga, what? I drove to the Bellagio, bro. I did that. Just the type of driving I did alone. Fuck where even I went. Let's say I never went anywhere specific. That fucking driving I did alone was crazy, bro. I'd never driven like that in my life. And I always had it in me because I ain't never, driving has never bothered me. It's just that I ain't never had a reason to take trips by myself. You know what I mean? I've always been willing to take these type of trips, but people don't really be willing to go like that. And then people don't like riding in the car. And then when people ride in the car, everybody's in a rush because you in a rush to get there, and then by the time you leave, you're in a rush to get back. It's a whole nother experience. I be trying to tell people it's a whole nother experience when you just go. When you ain't got, let's say you got to be there in 4 days. Well, instead of waiting and leaving in 2 days to make it in one day, no, leave and take 4 days to get there. All you got to do is just continually move forward over the 4 days, and you'll see a whole bunch of shit. And is everything a winner? Well, it depends on what you classify as a winner. What do you need to see at a stop for it to, feel like it was worth it? You know what I'm saying? I remember just stopping at like a gas station with like a mountain backdrop, like a literal mountain, where it was like you could look up in the mountain and you could see like a random TP or two where people are just fucking living up in the mountain. That type of shit is like, okay, so this gas station ain't super and it's probably borderline crappy and shit, right? But that lets you know the type of hustle these motherfuckers got. They ain't got much, but fuck it. We gonna build this gas station right here. Tourists is gonna come through this motherfucker. There's nothing else, motherfuckers gonna want to get something to eat and get some gas. But it's gonna be in the middle of this mountain. You know, I tried Venezuelan food for the first time, and that shit was amazing. Like you would have told me straight up. You would have told me, "Hey, bro, we getting some Venezuelan." I'm not gonna sit here and say I thought the shit was nasty, but I ain't never had it, so this ain't the time to do that shit. You know what I mean? I had this shit. The shit was fucking amazing, bro. I fell out with Casey, bro, and I tried. And here's the thing, and here's why I know God ain't gonna be mad at me for what we did, because what we did was defensive. I don't give a fuck. Anybody can try to lie and just say whatever they want. That means you don't know. Everything we did was defensive, and everybody know, man. I went out of my way to not do that. I went out of my way to not fuck with him. I went out of my way to not do that shit. Bro, people forget I had walked like 2 miles in like 2 in the morning, and when I went live while I was walking, I still didn't blast him. I wouldn't even say publicly what the fuck happened. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do it like that. I fell out with Davon, bro, this year. This last year of my life, I got into a beef with Davon. Davon Rogers. I had this bitch pretend to not know who the fuck I am. That is such a high honor. That's such a high honor. Right on, Angela. Appreciate it. I wouldn't. I don't know how it made it. I mean, obviously God had me like clearly because I don't know how I made it. Been through some shit that you wouldn't believe. Sleeping at truck stops all over the fucking country. Gunplay had a fucking heart attack. All this shit. It's so much. There's so much crazy, so much bad, so much good, all wrapped in one fucking day, bro. Like one day encapsulates all of what the fuck it was. This shit's craziness. I'm in the middle of like the biggest play of my life, either way. Cause that's the part that where it's like, A, I'm not worried about them calling me. They calling me. But B, it's like, man, the scariest thing for the community that can happen is I'm not going to house. Because they're not gonna be able to shut me up the way they want to, and I'm gonna be back in the way they never wanted me back. The one thing that like a lot of the competitors never wanted, they never wanted me back on camera in front of the green screen because they know that me camera, green screen. They know that equals top tier Big Brother content that they can't fuck with on any level whatsoever. And that's what they'll be facing. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate that, Brody. Oh man, pressure, bro. I'm cutting off carotid. I'm letting motherfuckers choke out and just watch they like fade away like Jordan in the playoffs. So that's why I'm like, man, the worst thing that could, I mean, that's the thing with CBS. I'm like, bro, my noise, like, and that's the thing, like, people don't realize that the community is so big on a scale, on a level where it's like, motherfuckers know me on Twitter that don't know me on YouTube, and vice versa, right? And you would think that it's hard for it to be like that, but I promise you, it's, for where it is like that. But I look at it like this: if I'm gonna get 1 million subs, bro, I'm gonna have about 100,000 people. At least that's how I feel. 100,000 people dislike me, and I think this is generous. Or I think this is not being generous enough. The thing about it, though, is, I understand that at 2,000, all 2,000 people can unsubscribe, and I can get 5,000 just as fast with no overlap. Because people don't really have a reason, even though my shit say Road to Big Brother shit, people don't really have a reason to listen to my shit. Because they don't have the trust built in that they going to have when it's like, you see my shit, then it's like, right after motherfucking eviction, I got the latest of this, and when shit happens on the feeds, you know who going on with it first, and bro, y'all niggas know how I get down. I was scooping up new people during 22, and those that have been here know that Big Brother 22. Even though I had fun and we did a great job covering it, bro, we know like a motherfucker Big Brother 22, and I was still making cold ass little videos and shit. Big Brother 22 was still shade at like 60%. That wasn't at me nowhere near 100% because I didn't even have the equipment to go at 100%. That was me at like 60%, and you know, people like Maya and shit are here and stayed because they realize what the content is, and they realize, you know, what the mission of the host all the way around. Facts. Total marathon. They don't call, obviously, total devastation. But the fucking part that they fucked up is like, this ain't gonna be no, I'm going to lay in the, I'm going to lay in the motherfucking, in the bed shit. I'm not doing that. You're right. You're fucking right. I'm getting right to work. And I'm gonna be pissed off working. Oh yeah, that's where my pissed is gonna be. I'm gonna be pissed off. So you know what I like to do when I'm pissed off? Do everything I can to win. But, and I'm being honest with y'all. I would tell y'all right now, guys, on this truth. I would tell you right now, I am in no way worried about them calling. It ain't. We haven't even hit that danger zone. First of all, they've already announced that um, you don't assume they not calling you unless they don't call you. Like if you don't hear from them by June 30th, bro, that's 2 weeks from now. You know, we talking about a phone call is gonna take all of like 30 seconds. And the casting crew, well, the people that selected the people for the producers to take, well, we don't really even have a hard number on how many that is. They could have dwindled it down to like 500. That's still a lot of people to go through, even though you dwindled it down from 10, 15,000 to 500. That's still a lot of people. 500 is a lot of people. You guys see what I'm saying? So I just don't want anybody that, obviously I'm with y'all where it's like, get it done and over with. But I don't want any of y'all feeling like, yeah, this shit is, this shit looks like it's not gonna happen. We know we're nowhere near that point yet. And I'll keep it a buck when we get to that level. But we nowhere near that yet. Because I know a lot of people feel impatient and antsy, and Julie's posted a bunch of nothing. Y'all know how people get when Julie start posting nothing. The moment Julie starts posting nothing is when people just start making up lies. Chilltown broke up in the last year of my life. What? Let me say it again. Chilltown broke up. Well, wait on, bro. You can bring your ass down to Oklahoma. Stop bullshitting this weekend. Going down. We got a Marvin interview, man. Marvin seen the video, bro. It took me my whole year to get that shit all the way from start to finish. From making the audio in the fucking car in the driveway to this. We out here, bro. We got shirts and shit. We got a website. Brooklyn got KD. Hit. I'm blessed. I was eating dinner with everybody tonight. I'm just like thinking to myself, I'm just like, nobody in this room has any clue how much this means to me right now. Just because, like, bro, I'm eating dinner off of a fucking plate, some food that has been cooked and prepared off of a fucking plate, gathered around the TV with my people, chilling. Nigga, stop acting like it's gotta be. Stop acting like it's gotta be the most super shit in the world for it to matter, man. They really don't. Except, even though that is some super amazing shit, because there's a lot of people that was homeless before I became homeless and didn't make it to this point. Still outside right now. Not lucky enough to been staying in the car, and not lucky enough to go live if their life was in danger. And I was lucky enough to have that. Every dollar donated to the channel will be used to getting squad here and making sure it's a great experience for everybody in the squad. Because that's the only gift I want is people to come celebrate with me. And a celebration we shall. Dinner with the fam just hits different, bro. It really do, especially when you don't ever get to have it. Like, you forcefully don't get to have it. Like, oh, I could take them some food, or they can send me some food, or some shit like that. But sitting and chilling and not worried about, you know, like, John's like, I was like, John, I was like, you don't understand. He was like, I was like, bro, I'm not bougie like that. I was like, I don't give a fuck if it's hot up there. I could care less. This motherfucker said, you say that shit till you hot trying to go to sleep. Then he stopped. He was like, oh yeah, you were doing that in the car. I'm like, exactly, exactly. I don't say that shit is a crutch. That shit is a superpower now. That shit ain't a crutch for me. That lets me know that, okay, so when a situation sucks a little bit, I literally can make the situation suck less in my mind by going, well, it ain't that. Because it's fresh enough in my mind. You know, I'm human. There's gonna come a point where I'm a grow a level of numbness to this situation, especially if I'm removed from it long enough. If I'm removed from this level of homelessness and shit like that long enough, then obviously I'll start becoming more numb to it. It's just a natural human nature of it. But what we always be forgetting as people is to ever even do it in the first place. A lot of people just flat out, when they get out of bad situations, you know, everybody has that talk with God. Oh, I promise, I promise, I promise. Well, how many people really ever truly, like, after they make that promise, like, roll with that shit? And I can say I did. Even when it looked bad, even when it was like situation was worse than before and shit like that, I trusted the process. And again, I'm on Bubba's back porch rolling up, spending my birthday with the squad, not worrying about what I'm gonna eat, not worrying about what Christy and football gonna eat, not worrying about where motherfuckers staying, not worrying about where I'm staying, not worrying about where I can take a shower, not worried about if I'm gonna have gas in the car. I'm not sitting here with $20 trying to figure out, okay, I gotta get blunts, gas, and food for like 2 days. Nigga, you wanna talk about a nigga that wasn't supposed to see 39, bro. You know how mad the devil is I made 39? The devil saw me going through all that shit and was like, yep, he'll fold any minute. Cause I know what all God getting ready to do for him, but he ain't gonna make it to that because he gonna fold first. Hey, those are life changing decisions, right? Because here's the thing about that shit, like the reefer helped my mental in such a way, and people aren't supposed to say this type of shit out loud because drugs are bad. Okay, well, man, shut up. Okay, we're gonna cut that shit out right now. But understand this shit helped my mental, where it was just like I was okay with missing out on a meal or two if I could smoke a blunt, because I knew that if I smoked a blunt, smoked it the right way, you know what I mean? I knew I knew I could get through some shit mentally a little better. I'm more apt to laugh at a YouTube video, or I'm more apt to go ahead and get on a stream even though shit looks bad and shit like that. And it kept me from falling into deep depression. It really did. Like, cause some of the times where I would start, falling back on, like, damn man, you know, I've been doing good, blah blah blah. I ain't even got this, and it's like, literally, Cat Williams tell you all the time, like that shit really go down like that, man. You be like, you stressing over the light bill. If you hit the blunt, man, fuck them lights. You know what I mean? Hey, you never had to really live like that for real, because a lot of us have been lucky enough to never have to smoke weed to truly elevate our mind in a sense of like keep staying away from depression and shit. You generally just, hey, you smoke, you trying to have fun. It's just a natural escape, just naturally. But you don't ever look at it like, hey, I need this sack to help me get through the mental toughness portion of sleeping outside when it's like 10 degrees outside. I need to be able to coax my body to sleep. This shit didn't play the way I wanted it to play, so um, I just need to smoke this blunt to go to sleep. Truest shit he ever said, right? Cause I'm just like, I get that shit, and I definitely don't ever feel like I was like an unappreciative nigga, right? And that's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is you realize that you become mad unappreciative in just everyday life. You know, we come into the world unappreciative and ungrateful. We come into the motherfucking world as babies, we can't even talk and shit. We want everything without even being able to communicate. So we come in out ripped, ungrateful. But when you start stripping shit away for real, you know, I remember the first day I was in the car, realizing I was gonna have to fucking sleep in the car. I was borderline freaking out. I'm like this is really fucking happening. And then you get to thinking about all shit where you should have turned left when you turned right, should have turned right when you went left. And now I'm at this level where it's like, bro, I don't ever want to be in a position where it's like when shit go all bad, I don't want to be able to when shit's all bad look back and be like, man, I wish not just you wish for a time. It's one thing you like, I wish it was back when this was. It's another thing to be like, I wish I appreciated what it was then. Because I had snapped at like Christian football a couple months ago. Not like nothing bad, like not nothing hectic. It just hit me different. And it wasn't even nothing that they did out of the normal, but I wanted them to see what I was saying though. We went to an Airbnb and it was like they started complaining like a motherfucker, right? But like it was a bunch of like little shit, and they didn't lie. So I don't even want to be like they lied. It's developing a mentality of even when you go to McDonald's and they fuck your order up, not getting mad. Think about that. Come on, man. Angela don't get mad at shit. Angela human like everybody else. You think if they fuck Angela order up, that's not gonna make her mad? They fuck Marcus order up, he ain't mad. Think about developing a mentality where you're not. Where you truly have a mentality of, well, if I deserve whatever that was, God gonna give it back to me. If I deserve whatever the fuck it was, or if that was mine and that's supposed to be mine, you know what I'm saying? Like, God gonna give it back. So I don't have to trip on wrong orders in the drive through no more. I just told y'all a story the day where dude fucked my fucking he fucked my order ringing up my snacks and shit at the gas station like multiple times to the point where I was just like, look how long this line is. I'm holding this line up because he overcharged me like $3. I'm like, if it's that deep, gotta give it back to him. If he don't, then I was supposed to lose that $3 for some other shit anyway. That's the way I look at it now. And so like that's what I was telling football and Christopher. I'm just like, hey man, we ain't even been around each other for like, a couple weeks. I think it was when we got to Arcola. And I was just like, hey man, shut up. I was basically just like, shut up. Like, I had been so through it at that point, outside and shit like that, and figuring that shit out, whatnot. That like when I was hearing them complain, and it was like the shit that they were talking about was like they were like decent complaints and shit like that. But I be trying to be on some shit now where I'm like, we gotta look at the bigger picture always. So yeah, okay, so maybe this portion of the Airbnb was a little dusty. Right. That's a real thing, especially the way they scrutinize on reviews. That's a real thing. But my thing is for us to waste any of the amount of time that we have with each other on that type of negative energy, I'm not like into that no more. And you know that made Grizzly kind of look stand back and look kind of be like that is true. Like I don't because it's like because the way I look at it is like all right, so are we gonna sit here and say that uh our time as a family has been downgraded because this Airbnb ain't up to full standard? You know what I mean? Or are we saying that we couldn't have had this much fun if we fucking lived, or if we were hanging out in a fucking hotel room that just had two beds in it and shit like that? And like I said, it wasn't like football and Christie were truly being ungrateful. It's that we in a society have this acceptable level of ungratefulness between everybody. You know, motherfuckers. How many times in a day do you think about how you get to breathe on automatic? How you need air. You need air to live, and you just get that shit automatically to the point where you never think about it one time during the day. You don't think about one time during the day. Oh shit, I gotta take a breath. You need breath to live, but somehow you've been programmed to get that shit on demand without ever thinking about it. I told you I used to have what I would call it, and it was I had it in the beginning of my 38. You know what I mean? Like I had got better and I got frustrated, but bro, like, hey man, y'all seen that Murphy Law shit happen to me, bro? And you know, I know a lot of people thought a lot of times I was just making up a lot of shit, which I really just wasn't. Even shit I would be on, I just wasn't. Like the Murphy Law shit is the shit I wish I was making up. I seen it happen to me so many times. It's just like, but once I start looking at it differently, I start handling that shit so much differently, and the outcomes became obviously different. I had to learn. I had to learn the lesson of, for less or better terms, I had to learn the lesson of Saul too, bro. I had to learn the lesson of just ultimate patience, even when shit's really bad. So like sometimes where it was like, hey, it was really like, I need to get the fuck out of this car, and it was like, but I know I'm only like 20 hours away or some shit, bro. Those are true mental tests. Do you know the type of mental test it takes to sit around hungry without food or shelter, but you know you'll fully have it in about 20 hours? You got like a half bottle of warm water, some fucking flat soda, some shit like that, and all you gotta do is make it for 20 hours, and then you can go get whatever the fuck you want to eat. You can go get in a king size bed. You can turn on cable TV, take you a hot shower, all this shit. But you gotta wait 20 hours. That's what I'm saying, right? These motherfuckers gonna be in endurance comps, whining. They gonna be whining hard, whining, and I'm gonna be in that motherfucker like, is that all? And I ain't even gotta say, bro. And I don't even ever have to say the shit out loud. I ain't gotta be in endurance comps going, oh, you guys are wussy, bro. All I need to do is know that I have that upper hand. I ain't never gotta share it with the class, ever. Angela taught me so much this last year. John taught me so much this last year. Like even with like the PPP. So here's the thing with that, right? That's been hilarious for me. Thank you, Angela, before you even type it. The thing that makes it funny with that shit is if you go to Trustpilot and you read reviews on Blue Acorn, you'll just see the amount of people that are so ungrateful. This service that Blue Acorn provides to help people get their PPP loans, understand they don't charge you a fucking penny. The banks pay them. So you getting this free service that if you call an accountant to do it for you, they're gonna charge you. And okay, the money ain't been deposited yet. Cool. My whole thing is like people are so fucking ungrateful where they literally are gifted a check and people are like, well, you gotta pay that money back. Not if you spend it the right way, you don't. And it's like, yeah, I understand. Like, trust me, I know. The faster it could show up, the faster it would have showed up or could have showed up, it could show up, all that shit. The sooner I could do certain shit, right? Cool. But bro, we built our business to the point where we can have that. You understand what I'm saying? We're waiting on that. Bro, if you'd have told me last year by your birthday, we'll be waiting on something like that to come in for, this squad and crew of people you done put together. Bro, I'd laugh in your fucking face. But now you look in the motherfucking LNC shit, what do you see? You see a picture of like, holy shit, we don't fuck around, we legit for real. We are legit for real. I had to hold a meeting yesterday to where I'm telling people how to and being serious. A serious meeting about how to conduct once I'm not around for 3 months. And it was a meeting that everybody took seriously. So it ain't like we were just in there and it's like when I've been sitting here going over shit with John, it is not like me and John, like when I'm sitting there with John, it's not like a fantasy talk. You know how normally you have these talks with people and it's like, yeah, man, one day when this happened, one day. Nah, this is literally like full contingency plan where it's like they can call today and we on Ocean's 12 immediately. We technically on Ocean's 12 now. The fact that I have some shit called that is amazing. Like I've said it to y'all, and I was talking to Christy about it not that long ago, where I was just like, that shit's utterly amazing that between I say roughly 30 to 40 of us legit can have a conversation in a chat room with 20,000 motherfucking people in here watching live on the air and they wouldn't know what the fuck they talking about. I literally could give Angela commands. I literally could give John commands. Bro, I don't even think y'all understand. With Angela, I literally make up commands on the fly. She understands exactly what the fuck I'm saying. More than one time, I like made up some shit, like as far as like so I can say it without people knowing really what I'm saying. And Angela understood what I was saying to a T. Think about how hard it is if you and your homeboy sat around right now and dedicated to going, we're going to make a language that people can't really decipher that's still really basically English. That's how natural the progression is, and that's how natural all this shit has come together. And that's why I'm like, I know God did all the shit. It's because, bro, we got to bump heads somewhere. And then you look back, you go, niggas have bumped heads on certain shit. And everybody's still legit with it. I got to meet so many people this year from the channel. Motherfucker in the channel saw me go through a literal spiritual awakening right from. They didn't even realize until like it happened. It was like, especially even after the fact where it was like, well, Shay's still on the shit he said he was gonna be on, and even if he ain't finished certain shit that we understand it now. Like now, it even makes even more sense where it's like, oh shit, Shay was like basically hiding homelessness from us, y'all. This nigga's basically been hiding homelessness from us, y'all. So, huh. And then it's like people saw me have a fucking spiritual awakening right in front of their fucking eyes. God had me so twisted up, bro. I had the J gunplay down. I had the J gunplay down. Bitches coming out the woodwork asked me to come live with them. I said, nigga, what? And that shit ain't even no ego boost like you think it would. An ego boost is you tell me to come stay with you and your roommate, and y'all both fans. You know what I mean? The, the, that's an ego boost. Well, me and my girl, we watch all of your shows. You should come stay with us. I think I should too. I think I should too. It's just I've reached this upper level of gratefulness. Well, yeah, I still complain, but not like I used to, and not in the way like literally my food will be fucked up, and I'll be like, it just has to be totally unedible in the way it's unedible for me to like care. 'Cause now I just don't even be caring because I'm like, okay, let's say I leave right now and go get me something to eat, and let's say I get back here with the food, I open it up, and I see my sandwich is wrong. It's still something I eat, but I see it's clearly wrong, not the way I wanted it. Bro, the moment I realize, like, man, this is all fucked up, instantly what will pop in my head is, well, at least I'm eating this shit in the house. Have you ever sat and said that for real? When was the last time you had a meal and it was for real? That was the part that fucked me up was when I was for real. These ain't like conscious, like I'm reading from a checklist. No, this was literally a random thought that came in my head where it's just like, well, at least I'm inside. Or at least this, at least that. When was the last time you ate a meal and was like, or think about the last time you ate a bad meal? When was the last time you ate a bad meal and was like, well, at least I'm indoors. At least I had the money to buy this meal. We don't even like. Here's where we crazy as humans. We don't even give God a chance to fix the shit for us. So the shit goes bad, and we will immediately start depressing the whole mood, ruin our whole day and whole night because one thing didn't go the way we wanted to, and we don't even give God a chance to either show that He can fix it, or that a better part of the plan was that didn't go through like that. You know what I mean? I mean, the motherfucking the media and shit. Don't nobody teach us to be grateful. Everybody teaches us to want more. You know, that's why you have the girls where it's like the shit where it's like these girls that don't have any homemaker skills expect to have a motherfucker making like $2 million a year. And it's the same thing about some of these dudes who make like $30,000 a year and want to have like 3 or 4 bitches. Want to have poly relationships. And it's like it's that our country now has fallen into the trap of you can grow up to be president. It's that type of thinking is like on steroids now. That shit has been. I mean, that type of logic is. You know, that's where we at now. Where these dudes are like, yeah, man, I should be able to have like 3 bitches, even though I work at motherfucking Starbucks, and then you got a bitch sitting here like, yeah, I got 4 kids, and some millionaire should come take me and my kids and provide. Why would they ever think that? And it's because they all have that mentality of you can grow up to do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be. The biggest lie we ever tell our kids. There's lots of shit you're gonna grow up that you're not gonna be able to do. Ain't no girl. I want to be a professional dunker. Well, you're probably not gonna be. Now what? But then they teach them. What do they teach them? When they get questioned like that, what are they supposed to say? Yeah, but yes, I can. I can do whatever I want. It's because these generations get more and more spoiled. Here's my opinion on why the generations are getting more and more spoiled. In my opinion, it's because the generation that had it really bad, they decided to like hide their kids from all bad. Like, I don't want my kids to go through. I want my kids to go through life never having any problems, really. Not like I did. But the cost of that comes with your kid doesn't recognize that there's actually problems that exist. So your kids just walking around floating through life without consequence because you fixing everything, and then you know it got weaker and weaker. So now, and I'm not saying that I agree with spankings and shit like that as a whole, or that's definitely needed. But you have kids that just 2 generations ago it'd have been unheard of for nobody in the house to get whoopings. 2 generations later, you got these same spoiled ass kids. Motherfucking parents ain't motherfucking now they not whooping the child, they not punishing the child, and then on top of that, remember, I don't remember this. This is a new era. When my grandma and them, like they weren't like if your teacher called, you were in trouble. Think about this shit for a second, because this is some shit legitimate in the new generation. When your teacher called home from school, you were in trouble. There was no debate. There was no talking, no nothing. You was grounded, getting a whooping something. Now the teacher called home. What happens? The mama might fuck around and go up there and be trying to fight the teacher. Like you think about that type of power as a kid to know that if I fuck up in school, if I play this shit the right way with my mama, she's gonna come to school and have my back, even though the school called and said I was fucking up. Yeah, right. Where they do that at? They do that now. The mama ain't never came to not one PTO meeting, PTA meeting. Motherfucking teacher called, and all the kid gotta do is tell mama, "Mama, he racist." And I'm not obviously we not saying all, but I'm like, it's enough of that now. When we know growing up that was unheard of, bro. That was unheard of to like Jedi mind trick your fucking parent out of a phone call that came from the school and a teacher. That nigga, that's rap. That is rap. That was every kid's kryptonite. Every kid knew when at least when I was growing up, every kid knew, nigga, if they called the crib, that it's a rap. Parents always took teachers' side, like teachers and parents, like there was no separation in there. Bro, now it is. Motherfucking parents will come up to the school and try to fight a fucking teacher, and the student be wrong in the motherfucker. Just a lot of stuff in life, just in this last year, been put in perspective for me. Seeing what really matters and what don't, and seeing who be faking the funk and who don't. Y'all know how much I love basketball, but fuck all these niggas. When it's like, why you act like y'all don't have enough money to really fix shit for black people? That's what y'all. Because remember, if any owner or somebody white in the NBA do anything racist, all of these NBA players are going to expect us to run to their side. Meanwhile, watch out, bruh. And when you look at how much, and this is what makes it even worse for NBA players. And I know I've said this before. Go look at how much motherfucking politicians and shit be taking in legal bribes. You will be devastated to learn that motherfuckers only be taking like 25 racks, 20 max, 20 racks, 25 racks, 15 racks for a vote. You tell me the 400 NBA niggas can't get together, and like crowdsource fund a law being changed. Like I said, I seen the Eagles do it, and the Eagles didn't even have the star power that like NBA players would. But I digress. just thinking out loud. Just like Tinder, for example. Like that level of convenience is too much. Man, James Harden trash. Yeah, Tinder the shit, but here's the thing with Tinder, right? Tinder's the shit if you're doing what? Trying to get some pussy. And that's the problem. I understand every girl on Tinder got like 20 motherfuckers getting at them at all times. You see through. You think you first, second, or third. I have no clue what I'm doing for my actual birthday today. Besides really just getting ready for this weekend. Go and do plasma. So I can put that money with this place so I can get a bigger place. I want to get the biggest place as possible. But we'll see. I get to get off here and go lay in a bed and shit. Like, bruh, it ain't gotta mean much to you. Once again, all donations will not be going to me for my birthday. I mean, they'll be going to me, but I'll be spending them all. Getting the squad here in Oklahoma for this weekend. Being 39, it's a surreal feeling. But I'm a surreal nigga. All I want for Christmas, all I want for my birthday is to wake up with that check in the account. LNC has a business account. LNC got emails. LNC got motherfucking website. And LNC's CEO is 39 years old, motherfucker. I love y'all. Get y'all asses here. Let's party. Get y'all asses here. Thanks for the well wishes. I'll see y'all in the morning. But then again, I'm probably lying. I wasn't supposed to make it past 25. Joke's on you. I'm still alive. And I'm indoors, bitch. You think that makes me less dangerous or more dangerous?